guys, welcome to today's video and to my channel if you're new here. I'm Debbie if we've not met before. Hello. For today's video we're going to be playing with ODEN'S Eye Cosmetics. I've seen a lot of my YouTube friends playing with these products, some sponsored videos, some PR videos. I bought all these products myself because I just really want to see what the brand's about. And so I've bought the Solmane Eyeshadow palette, which is this. I've also got the highlight palette and I've got a couple of the Alva blushes. So I'm going to create an eye look with you guys and just give you some first impressions on what I think of the products that I've bought overall. So if that sounds interesting to you, please keep on watching. Okay, so I bought the products myself, guys. I got them from the ODEN'S Eye website. They come in a beautiful box like this, which I'm going to keep the products in. And the brand is based around Nordic mythology, which makes the packaging absolutely stunning. They've taken this theme and they've run with it with all of their palettes, and it's something quite unique. And you guys might know, if you've watched some of my previous videos, how much packaging plays a part in my decisions to buy. But I've also seen some videos on this from my YouTube friends that have received it in PR or done sponsored videos, and it just really intrigued me. The brand's kind of been on my radar for a while, but that kind of pushed me over the edge to try it. And oh, the packaging is just stunning. On the back you've got all the shade names on the palette. This is the eyeshadow palette. There is a mirror in the palette, and I'm sure you've seen the beautiful shades inside. This has been over YouTube quite a bit lately, but I was drawn to this one. They've got a new one called the Alva. This one is a Solmane, because particularly that lilac-y purple shade just really spoke to me. But I quite like neutrals as long as I'm using like a really vivid shimmer, and there's a couple of really foil looking shimmers. There's a beautiful duochrome there that's calling my name. And this mustardy yellow as well spoke to me. So this is why I got this one. I think I probably will end up getting the others if this one works out well for me though, because they are beautiful colour stories, and they do have one coming out that's a lot more colourful as well very soon. This is the highlighter palette, similar theme on the packaging, and on the back all of the names, I'll just bring it in closer so you can see, but it's all glittery. Like the attention to detail on the packaging is really there, which I do appreciate. Again, there's a mirror and that's the shades, and I have kind of dipped my fingers in this one because I just wanted to see whether it was just white, and it's got a blue duochrome to it. It's super pretty. But we're going to be playing with one of these highlights today, and also I bought a couple of the blushers as well. And I've become very Americanised since doing YouTube, and I always call it blush, but in the UK it's always been blusher, so I quite like that you've got blusher on the packaging. So this is the Alva Fruit Blusher. They've got lots of shades. I just chose one fruit one and one flower one. There's the shade Sweet Tulip for the flower blusher. It's a very deep shade, but I love these sort of mulberry kind of burgundy shades, and I think sheared out it's going to look super pretty. But I love a heavy blush, so it doesn't scare me at all. And then for the fruit blusher, I've gone for a lot lighter shade. I've gone for Ripe Papaya in that one, and I think that's the one I'm going to use today. Definitely my kind of shade. I love these peachy sort of shades. So yeah, that one's a lot more matte, and the flower blusher is a bit more sheeny. So that's why I wanted to pick up one from each range there. I didn't pick up any lip products, and I kind of regret it now. I'm going to scooch you in and we're going to get started. I'm going to apply the highlight and blush first, and then we'll create an eye look together. Inside the parcel was this beautiful brush. I didn't order it, it just seemed to be a gift with purchase, so super happy with that. It's got the softest tip to it, so we're going to use that. It's almost a shame to use it because it's bright white, beautiful, but we're going to use that to apply the fruit blusher. I'm just going to dab that on my cheeks to start with because I don't know how pigmented it's going to be. Oh, and that is really pretty. I think that's my perfect blush colour actually. Reminds me a little bit of the Sunstone shade in the Fairy blush palette by Lightly Makeup. I think it's in the Fairy one that I adore. Perhaps a little bit deeper than that one, but in the same sort of colour family as that. And I know I've put on tons of blush, but I'm going to blend it in a moment. But that is super beautiful. Put But I feel like it's not gone streaky at all, it's just kind of melded into my skin anyway, which is good. And the highlight palette, I'm going to go with this one, just the more neutrally shade, I think today, because I'm going to be doing quite a neutral look. Shock horror, that's not like me, is it? But you know me, it'll end up getting some colour in there somewhere. So I'm just using my Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter F03. And yeah, it's a lit from within kind of highlight, but it's still really, really pretty. Actually, the more you use the side of your brush to apply it, it's quite pigmented. On that side I've kind of just gone in with the top of it, so I like quite a lot of highlight, so I'm going to go on the edge there. It's got such a glassy sheen though, really, really pretty. Gonna have fun with this highlight palette. I love beautiful highlights like that. And I think 4 colours in a palette is ideal. They're all quite light, they're probably suited more to my kind of skin tone than anyone much deeper than me. But for me it's great because I'll be able to use all of them, and I think they're all super, super beautiful. I'm going to prime using the Sigma eyeshadow base in Persuade. I'm going to prime just in my crease, above it, and just my outer corner, leaving my lids blank because then we won't get too much product build up when I put the shimmers on, because I'm going to use glitter primer there. So I've got a Morphe E17, I'm going to go in with this mustard shade as my crease shade. I'm going to deepen it up a bit, but I'm going to start with that. I've not set my base, so I'm just basically setting it with this shadow. Not going to do anything particularly complicated, I just want to just test out the product today really, so I'm just going to do a half cut crease, fairly neutral, but use that beautiful greeny duochrome shimmer on my lid. Just looking at that reflection on my cheek as I'm doing this, and I'm like, wow, it's so, so pretty. I think it's my perfect tone of highlight actually. Just going to take that on my lower lash line as well. I'm going to go in with this deep chocolate brown shade. I'm going to build up some intensity in my crease and my outer corner. Fair bit of powder kick up when you touch that deep shade, so I've been careful to top off. My brush with that. Building the shade in the outer V and quite high into my outer corner of my crease there. And I am bringing it through my crease, but not as vivid when it gets more towards the inner part. Just going to change to a slightly bigger brush for my outer V. Yeah, I think that's diffusing the product better. Just going back in with the mustard shade and just blending again in the outer corner. But we've got quite a lot of drama built up now with that deep brown shade, which is a really pretty shade of brown, which I didn't think was something I was ever going to say on my channel, but it is. Again, I'm going to take that chocolate brown shade, I'm just going to press that close to my lashes on my lower lash line. Using this bone shade here, I'm just going to highlight my brow bone. It's pretty much my skin tone, I think, so it's not much of a highlight, but it is just helping just to diffuse everything up there. Now just taking a fluffy brush, no additional product, just to really diffuse everything. In with NYX glitter primer just to cut a half cut crease, just the front part of my lids, and I'm going to keep it kind of open so we've got a lot more space for the shimmers to be. In the very outer part of my lid space there, I'm going to go in with this deeper shimmer. I think that will just help to blend in the mattes and the shimmers together a little. And then we're going in with this duochrome green, which is what I'm most excited about, which is so beautiful. Love really ultra reflective shimmers like this. This is stunning. Now I've placed that shimmer, I just want to work on getting a blend between the shimmer, or the two shimmers on my lid, so just going backwards and forwards with those. Not ended up really with a cut crease in the end, it's more of a blended look, I think. I'm going to take a bit more of that brown just to accentuate though. Where I'll put that shimmer. Yeah, I think that's bringing some of the drama back. Just using a bullet brush, and I'm just really taking my time and light pressure just to sketch the top of that shimmer, really. Almost bring that faux cut crease element back to the look. And then using that same brush and the mustard yellowy shade that we used for that crease shade, I'm just going to blend around that. Swap into a bit fluffier brush just to help with that blend. For my inner corner and this part of my lower lash line here, I'm going to go in with the light shimmer in the palette. And that shimmer looks white in the pan, but it's gold on your eyes and it's really magical. Okay, that's the look right now. Just going to hop off camera for the finishing touches. I'll be back with you to show you the finished look and wrap up my initial impressions on the products I've tried. Okay guys, here's the finished look. And I finished it off with a brown liner on my lid. Didn't want to go in with black because I just thought it would just darken the look too much, and I wanted to keep it in the chocolate brown kind of zone. So this one's a very old Kat Von D Trooper liner in Mad Max Brown. I've had it for years, it never dried out, I don't use it too often, so that was quite useful to have around today. And then I've gone in with a Colourpop cream gel liner in my waterline. My lips today are the shade Injection from Kaleidos Makeup. Don't wear this shade very often because I don't wear nude lips very much, but I just thought with this look it kind of suited the vibe. It's kind of matching sort of some of the blended crease colour there. So my thoughts on the products then. Well, let's start with the blush, as that's where I started. I've only tried the Fruit blusher today, so my one's in the shade Ripe Papaya. That was the shade, of course, and I think it just looks super, super beautiful. Not tried the Flower blusher yet, but the tone of it looks gorgeous. I love a sheeny blush, and I've got a look I have in mind that I want to use that for, so excited for that. The highlighter palette, I think it's my favourite thing of the things that I've picked up from ODEN'S in this little haul. I just think the packaging is just stunning, even on the inside, all the stars. I love stars, I have a thing about stars, and it's just gorgeous. All of the shades are going to work on my skin tone. I think if you have a medium or deeper skin tone, probably the only one that will work will be that one because they are quite light. That one has a blue shift, so I can't wait to play with that. But the one I used today was this one, and it's glass-like. It's just beautiful. When I first put it on, the first layer of it, I was like, oh, it's not that intense. And then when I rocked my brush onto the side, it just got super sheeny, super quick. But it's like glass skin. It's just beautiful, and it's the perfect shade to like not show a cast but to really highlight my cheekbones. So really pleased with that. I think this is a beautifully thought out palette, particularly for lighter skin tones. I'd like to see if they bring one out for deeper skin tones as well though. And then the eyeshadow palette, well, I picked that up, not going to lie, because of that shade, the lilac shade, and for this greeny shimmer. So today I wanted to play with this as the focus of my look. I think it looks super, super beautiful. It's one of those iridescent-y, quite textured shimmers, really foiled, really beautiful. I think to bring out the shimmer and the shine from these, you're going to need glitter glue or to spray your brush, because when I used that shade there in my inner corner, I started off just applying it without spraying my brush and I was getting nothing. As soon as I sprayed my brush, it was like bam, I'd got that shine and intensity, and that's got a really beautiful gold shift even though it looks white in the pan. I think having the addition of a shimmer like this helps to blend between those two shades when you're using that one kind of in the outer corner. There's some interesting shimmers. That one looks really super cool. I can imagine doing a smoky eye with that on the lid and this in the crease. That's probably what I'm going to do next. But for a neutral palette, there's a lot of options. I think the shimmer formula in particular is great. It's nice to have 2 or 3 different formulas in a palette that's only got 12 shades. Yeah, super impressed so far. There is a bit of kick up, so don't go swirling your brush around if you do decide to pick this up. You only need to touch to the pan, tap off your brush, but it blends super nicely, no problems in using them. And getting a free brush, always a bonus, and it's such a beautiful brush as well. It's the softest, most gorgeous, the blush brush side anyway. I don't know what I'd use this for. Maybe to apply some cream contour would be good for that. Could be a foundation or concealer brush, but I'll find a use for it because it's super soft and it's very, very nice. And it's pink, so it matches my beauty room. So had great fun trying out the products. I thought it would be nice for you guys to see a video that's not from people receiving products in PR or sponsored or anything like that, just to see a normal consumer buying the products and trying them out. So that's what I wanted to do, because I know there's been a lot of hype around the brand. I didn't pick up any lip products, and I will do on my next haul. I plan to pick up the Alva palette, a couple more of the blushes, probably some lip products, but I'm going to wait until their new palette comes out. They've got a new one coming out that's in the size of the Alva palette, which is a little bit bigger but smaller pans, and it's going to have blues and greens. We've not seen a full reveal of the product yet. They've showed a kind of blurry picture, but that one's definitely got my name all over it. So going to be trying more stuff from the brand very, very soon. But I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you're new to my channel and you're not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.